No, thanks. I'll be playing that during the marathon for sure. This game is pretty awesome. I kind of felt bad that I got it in a bundle. Really fun combat. I like the whole offline MMO theme it's got going for it. Apparently the developers were pretty pissed off that their publisher put it in a bundle, but I looked on the forums and like the activity and the feedback that they were getting has like skyrocketed ever since it was in that bundle, so I think it was a good move. Especially since people have like a negative stigma towards indie games, especially ones that are in early access. So being able to get it for like no risk is pretty good for the community, I would think. Yeah, the Odin Sphere demo is great. I just wish it wasn't like $80. It's only like that and the language barrier is what's holding me back from getting it. If it was like $60 or under, I would have, you know, loaded the yen on my account already, but at $80 I have to put some thought into it. Yeah, but it's not coming to the US until June. So it's like a 5-month wait. If it was coming out like next month, then I wouldn't even consider importing it, but it's kind of why it's a difficult decision. I really liked the demo. I mean, played that demo like 10 times already. They made it like so much better than the first one. I played the first one for like half an hour and I'm like, this game is really not that great. Like the graphics were great. I hear that people like the story and stuff. But like the actual gameplay was terrible. I don't know, I'm not really big on playing narrative-heavy games with terrible gameplay. Like, I understand some people like, you know, narrative is like the main focus for why they play games, but for me it's like, I would rather have it be gameplay and bad narrative, or both. And that's kind of what Odin Sphere was, like, it's remembered for its graphics. You never hear anybody talk about the gameplay, and that's why I'm glad that they fixed that. Now it's going to be a more well-rounded package. hate these little bastards. So annoying. Worst kind of enemy. This game is a lot like old school Ragnarok Online, just with better combat. Which I think is a pretty cool inspiration. Like how the characters are sitting, that's like exactly how you sat down in Ragnarok Online. It's like the exact same sprite, pretty much. Not sprite, but pose. That game has not aged well at all. It was good for its time. I hear it's a lot easier now. That game was like the epitome of a Korean MMO grind back when I played it, but now it's like more streamlined. Sometimes it's fun to download like random Ragnarok Online private servers and just like dick around with the gear. I used to do that a lot when I was younger. Not much reason to play official Ragnarok anymore. The private server tech got leaked like over 10 years ago. Whoa, that rabbit's like overdosing on something. No, I don't think I've ever heard of that game. Now, is it one of those games that's like poorly preserved? I heard a hacking group was talking about how they think that there won't be any like pirated AAA games in 2 years, which is a bad thing when you think about it. When you have all these games that are only being released digitally and there's no physical version of them, like you can't preserve something. It's only in digital format. And it sucks that it's already happening already. You know, there's been tons of stuff that's been delisted, and like good games too, not just random crap like the Scott Pilgrim games, like one of the more recent ones that was delisted. Can't get that game at all anymore. I think the only way you can get it is from GameStop. I think people have such a negative stigma towards piracy, but I mean it's like the only way to preserve some of these games, so that, you know, people years from now will still be able to play them and enjoy them. Like I know there was a an unreleased Atlas shmup that was ROM dumped like earlier this week. Like never been seen before. Like someone paid like a couple grand for the board or something, and you know, ROM dumped it. I'm like, that stuff's really cool. I know I wouldn't have discovered a lot of games wasn't for emulation. Especially when I was younger. But all you ever hear is how piracy is evil and it destroys the game industry. It's like, well, you know, that's the only way these games are going to be able to be played, like, years from now. We've already got, like, most of the, you know, older stuff is preserved, but you have things like Scott Pilgrim, which has been delisted. You know, you can't get it anymore anywhere. What's worse is the digital games like DuckTales Remastered, where they you buy it and all it is a download code. It's like, that's not preservation at all. The only thing it preserves is the box art. Like, you're not actually having a DRM free copy that you'll be able to use like 30 years from now. I don't know why they do stuff like that. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you're gonna make me pay for a game box or give me the option to, it should be have the actual game on there, not just a download code. I don't know where the inn is. I'm lost. It says the guy is in the inn. I don't know where that is. Alright, what do we got here? That's a pretty significant upgrade. Jeez. This game's early access is kind of weird. It's like, it's done differently from other early access games. You know, most early access games is like, you know, they add the game, like, they update the game, like, level by level. Like, they'll put up, like, one portion of the game, and then, you know, a week or a month later, you know, they'll put out a next portion, and so on and so forth, and they keep improving it until it's done. But this game is really weird. It's like, basically you get, like, the first hour of the game, half hour to an hour, depending on how long it takes you to get used to it. You fight like, decently, difficult bosses, and most of it is like a tutorial, and then it tells you the game ends, like the story's done, like they don't have any more plot done, and at that point you're just kind of dropped into the world and you can just free roam, which I think is pretty cool. I mean, I've put like 3 hours into this already. I was expecting, when I got the code, I was expecting to just play it for like half an hour and just wait for updates, but there's actually a pretty decent amount of content. It's just done in a different way. Like, they did like a pretty big chunk of the open world is ready for you to play, and there's content in it, but the story ends. So I don't know how that's gonna work when the game's done. Like, are they gonna wipe your save file? Because right now I'm just like getting all this gear and stuff, and I'm pretty sure once they add the story, you know, I'm just gonna be able to like steamroll through it. I'm not sure how they're going to approach that. Ah, here's this guy. There he is. Yeah, I'm looking for a route that I can, you know, actually show off the game with. I really don't want to do out of bounds. I mean, if I go to that marathon, like, I would want it to be just like, maybe like 20-30 minutes tops. Like, that would be like a good sweet spot to show off the game. And then after that, you know, maybe I could do like a glitch exhibition or something, but I don't know. I just feel like a game that's, you know, the whole selling point is the really good combat. I don't want it to be one of those speed runs where you just glitch out of bounds like the whole time. I like out of bounds glitches. It's just when the game like actually has like a really high focus on gameplay. Like, I don't want tons of that. No route is longer than 10 minutes. That's not a bad thing. Ah, alright. Well, I'll be working on that on the marathon. I don't really feel like doing it today. I don't know, I don't like playing as Keiji though. I've never really cared for his moveset. I've just never really cared for his moveset. Never really found it that interesting. Maybe I can find another route. Alright, I think I've got 2 points now. Oh, 1 point. Blast away all nearby enemies, freeing up space. That sounds pretty good. Sure. Oh, that's pretty cool. It's like a burst. Yeah, I'll have to put that in my notes. I don't know if I'm going to that marathon though. I mean, they pushed the date back by like a week. And I don't have a ride there yet. It's just that the submissions end on the 17th, so I want to be able to find a good balanced route by then. So that in the event that I do go, you know, I'll actually be able to run something. And, you know, since it's not AGDQ, it's got a higher chance of getting in there. And I can't afford to go to AGDQ, so if I can go to this Californiathon, then I think I'd be pretty happy. I would love to go to AGDQ, but they just always have them in, like, the most expensive places to get to. I just got bodied. Holy crap. I need to get some better armor. Wow, it won't go away. Jeez. Hey, stay aggro for like a really long time. This game's gonna be great when it's done. I think they already have a pretty great foundation. I mean, when I got this, I was expecting to like play it for half an hour and be done. That's how most early access games are. at least for the first few months, you know, you're pretty much taking a chance on it actually being finished, and then of course it actually being a good game. Yeah, this is already in a pretty good spot. It's just that they don't have the plot done, but they give you a pretty big, decently sized open world to go through. You can free roam. Like, someone gifted me that RWBY Grim Eclipse game. That game has like half an hour of content right now, and the combat's like pretty much just mashing one button. That game needs tons of work. This already feels like it's in a pretty good spot. It's just that they don't have all the content implemented yet. I feel bad that there's so many like bad early access games that make people have such a negative stigma towards them. Then you have good ones like this that can't get a community forming. Nice. And all it says in the title, it's CrossCode. Game could definitely use some quest markers though, point you in the right direction. It's easy to get lost in town. Man, I really want Odin Sphere. I just wish it wasn't $80. That's a crazy price for a game like that. I know that they put a lot of work into it, but like $80 is not impulse buy for anybody who has a normal income. It's crazy how much it costs. Like, if it was like, you know, $60 like most imports, then I would have already bought it already, but at $80, I have to like put a lot of thought into it. It's too bad that the US release is like over 5 months away. They definitely sold me with the demo, but then I saw that price, and I'm like, I don't know if I can get behind that. Where is this guy? Why doesn't it, like, tell you where they are? They need to just give you a quest marker. I don't like how there's no marker to just tell you where the guy is. You spend so much time walking around. I'm gonna have to write them a post and tell them, like, the quests are frustrating to do because you have to remember where they are. There's lots of, like, identical NPCs. Like, just give me a marker to where they are so I can get back to the fun part. I don't know, walking around town is boring. It's like all these guys, I don't know where the ice cream guy is. Oh, it's this guy. Why was there not a marker? Well, he gave me a bunch of experience, so that was worth it, I guess. Yeah, I think Basara, I bought that digital. It was around $60, if I remember correctly. That's about as much as I paid for Utage, from what I remember. That game was not an expensive investment at all. I still have my copy. It prolongs the invincibility when dashing by 20%. That sounds pretty good. Now I have to level up again to get that. Level up twice. Yeah, I don't know why Odin Sphere is $80. That's a pretty obscene price. That's for digital too. There's not even a discount for digital, which I think is dumb. It's like you don't actually own the game. Like, at least give me a discount for buying it digitally. But it's going to be the same price for everything. I looked on the site and I didn't notice a different price for digital. Normally for Japanese games you get at least like a small discount, but on that game you don't get anything. And since the base price is that high for both versions, like, I don't know if getting a physical copy would be any cheaper, especially with shipping. You need to pay I usually pay the $17 express shipping when I import something. I don't know, if by some miracle the marathon goes well, then I'll get it. But right now I want to get the PS4 funded so I can do Kamen Rider next month. And that's obviously not getting an English version, so I think that'll be a wiser purchase. Oh, those load screens better be fixed. If they don't fix those load screens, then I'm probably not even gonna buy the game, to be honest. I can't sit through another 40 hours of that load screen. Like, the reason it takes so long to load is like not even the console not being able to handle it, it's just poor programming. I would hope that they work on the coding. Oh, random snowman just two-shotted me. I guess that means I need to level up. I didn't even see he was there until it was too late. I definitely need some more gear or something. I think I'm gonna stop there. I think I'm gonna have to like grind for money. Right now I'm like not doing any damage. This game is definitely awesome though. I'll definitely check it out more once they have more content. I know there's like one other dungeon that's implemented, and you can get some new moves there. But that's like all there is right now. Glad I bought this though. It's kind of filling some dead time right now. I mean, there's Odin Sphere next week, but I'm not committing to that just yet. I want to see how the marathon does. If I can get at least halfway towards PS4 during the marathon, which would be like $125, $130, then I can pay the rest out of my pocket and have that part of it be done. If by some miracle I get more towards it, then maybe I can do Odin Sphere. But there doesn't seem to be that much hype around it. I don't know if importing it is going to be a wise decision. I don't think there's anybody like Raindrops who does all the Bazaar translations. You know, the Bazaar community is really small, but there's like a couple people that, besides me, that, you know, put out content for it. But with Odin Sphere, like, you look on the board on GameFAQs, and there's like barely any threads at all. So I don't want to be stuck with an $80 game that is not going to have any translations. I can probably get through it with what little I know, but I don't know. At that price, it's like, it's not impulse buy at all. Alright, well, I don't feel like grinding anymore on this. The game's really fun. I mean, they sold me on it with the demo, but then I saw the price, and that just kind of, like, made my heart sink. I really don't know why it's so expensive. I mean, that's like almost as much as the Kamen Rider Batride War TV Sound Edition. That's really expensive too. That's like 9,000 yen or something. It's pretty crazy that they're charging $80. That's just like the base game too. It's not like a collector's edition or like bonus DLC or anything. It's just like just the game's 80 bucks. We'll see what happens during the marathon. Maybe things will go better than I expect. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna turn the stream off so that people can see this game and, you know, maybe they want to play it or buy it or something. I don't think they're going to do a discount for a while. The game's really cool. It's just definitely one of the better early access games that I've played in terms of how much content it has and how solid of a foundation it has. Like, some of these early access games have like no content and a really bad foundation where it feels like they would have to completely change the game to make it anything worthwhile. It's kind of what that RWBY Grim Eclipse game feels like. The combat is just awful. It's not bad, it's just there's no depth to it at all. It's cool how it has online play and everything, but it's like there's just no depth to the combat. So if you're into that, the game doesn't really have much to offer. This already has pretty solid combat. I like the mechanics. I like the whole offline MMO thing it's got going for it. I'm not really in a hurry to finish this because the game's not done yet. There's only like one other dungeon for me to do. I don't even think I'll bother grinding out all the other stuff. I'd rather just wait until they have more in the game. So I'm gonna kill the stream for a second, and so I can put this up on YouTube, and I'll come back with something else. So stick around. Peace.